All right, now we're recording. I don't know how to get back to your story, though.
I was just saying, I was buying tickets to Nine Inch Nails.
Boring, I've heard this.
Yeah,
Yep.
sorry. All right,
No.
we'll move on. No. So I was buying tickets.
I'm kidding.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
I was buying din tickets, and
That
I
should move.
heard people say Ticketmaster is a pain in the ass, and that they charge a lot of fees.
Okay.
And then I'm looking at the tickets. I'm like,
There is
quite
some kind of
pricey.
meme going around that people hate Ticketmaster, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, I know why now, because
Oh,
I'm
okay,
looking at
sure.
the tickets, and I'm like, they are pretty pricey, but it's all right. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll get two of those. I can justify that. That's fine. I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. So I pick the two tickets. I go to the checkout, and I get to the end, and it's like the total is not double the price of the tickets. I'm like, why is that the fucking price?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? And I look, and there's literally like a $60 per ticket, just convenience fee.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
like,
What?
That's not convenient.
That's a fucking huge fee. What are you talking about? Like, so I get it.
Like, that's just ripping people off now. Because I remember there used to be a fee with it. But that's
Yeah.
because, you are buying
paid,
using a
like,
service.
I thought it was like
some of them charge like
$3.
$10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think $10 is probably $10 is probably a lot. Because like, what the fuck are you doing? It's a website. You're not
But the
doing
thing
anything.
is, it's a website, and they've already built up their infrastructure, so it's not like they've got to invest in
But also,
more.
aren't all
or-
the tickets available through that website? It's not like or what do? You go to the venue on the night and just cross your fingers?
No,
Like,
I don't think that's feasible. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
you
what I
have to buy
mean.
them. Yeah.
So why? Surely the money is just built into
It can't
the
be convenient
infrastructure
if
of
that's
it.
the only way you can get
That's
it.
what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing convenient about it. Anyway, I understand now why people get.
You know
Complain.
what?
How much
I
were the
was in a good
tickets?
mood before.
But-
Now I'm angry. Well, I
But
don't
how
even
much
get
were the
ripped off.
tickets?
I paid about $150 a ticket.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
including
Okay.
your.
That's
fee.
when I got to checkout and it said $500. I was like, why is it $500?
$500 for Nin, man. Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Well,
So
think about that's in weird
Then there's
American
tax on
dollars.
top of it. But the reason we were talking about this, listeners, is because they were making fun of the fact that in the US, when you go to the shops and you see a thing for sale and it's got a price on it, that's not the price.
Nope.
Because when you get to the checkout, they've got to add all this other tax on, and it's different in every state. So,
Okay. Well, that answers my question. I was going to ask, why do they do that? Okay, but stores are only in one state. It's not like a store literally moves between two states.
Exactly.
You could just write it up on the board, surely.
I think you can exempt yourself from tax and stuff. That's what I mean. It
Oh,
gets even
don't
more
go down this
confusing.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, but
Matt.
I think it
Luke can
doesn't
tell
it
you all
come
about
down
this.
to. Didn't it come down to something stupid like people wanted to know how much they were actually paying in tax or something, so
Maybe,
they
yeah.
knew how much the
Oh, that
government
sounds
was taking
American,
from them?
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just fucking put my tax on. You tell me the price, then you tell me the tax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll fucking
Yeah.
talk about the tax after.
yeah.
Yeah,
I have a
You're
feeling
right.
that's it.
You're right.
Well, it's like if you go to New Hampshire, you've heard this
Live
before.
free
we've
or
talked about
die.
this. Yeah. So when you go, there's no sales tax on booze.
Right. tax is getting drunk.
That might not be quite right, but there's a specific reason people go to New Hampshire. Like if I'm driving to
Buy the
Vermont,
booze.
You'll
get the
stop in
booze on
there.
the way. Get the booze on the way. Yeah, because it's cheaper.
Feels like you get it through the airport. Like just if
People will go to New Hampshire to buy large electronics because it's the same thing. You can buy a TV and not pay sales tax.
not be
So confusing.
You have to tell me, mate. I don't bother.
I'll say this though, Luke. We used to have no general sales tax. Things
No.
were taxed,
Yes.
but not
Yeah.
in that way. They were still included. It was just that the tax was different.
Yeah,
depending on
GST
the-
came in when I was quite young, but I
Yeah.
don't remember it being that different.
But what I mean is, the point I'm about to make is that people freaked the fuck out. 10%. I'm not paying 10%. You might pay a lot more than that right now.
Yes.
You don't know. So calm down. Read to the bottom of the article.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not adding 10% to everything. You're actually reducing some things by a
A
lot.
lot of stuff. Yeah. Groceries came down, I believe. Like I think if you were to buy a musical instrument, it would be more expensive. But
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But we were very young when that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the specific. I remember it happening.
I just remember people being
pissed
upset
off
about it. Yeah.
exactly. Well, now they're talking here about, they being Trump, are talking about no income tax at all, just a sales tax. And we'll see if that manifests itself. I don't know. He says
I
all
don't
this
know
stuff.
how that works.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Okay,
tax
so
works
instead of
in
it being
general.
a percentage of your income, it's on what you spend. Right. So if you're rich and you don't spend all your money, you only get taxed on the portion you spend.
Oh,
But if
that's
you're
right.
poor-
The rich won't get taxed anymore.
Yeah, if you're
Correct.
poor and you spend
Yeah.
every dollar you get taxed on everything. Okay, I see how that works. I see why they like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes
So-
total sense.
We'll see.
And a lot of people are going to go, yay, no income tax, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I did it first.
your tax is going to pay for
I was
everything,
like,
and
all right,
then
I'll have that money, sure.
the billionaires,
Yeah.
Just give
Which
them the
all-
money straight away.
which they actually
give
get a
Elon
corporate
the money now.
Well, the thing is, they get a corporate credit card, and it's all a tax write-off for them anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta get one of those.
Just before we
Elon,
move completely off the
hook us
topic of whatever the fuck we were talking about before, but I was watching a flat Earth video today, right? I'll say I don't need
who
to
were you
pretend,
watching?
man, you guys.
Who were you watching?
No, it's probably still here. No. I was watching. I don't know. Fuck. No. I do know because I took a screenshot of it so I could remember to tell you about it. I was watching possibly someone Luke knows and loves.
Yes. Well, no, I don't love the flat earthers. I'm not a flat earther.
So just to be fucking clear, I was watching a debunking, or I was watching someone get owned, basically.
Okay.
So
So the big ones are like Simon Dan,
yeah,
Flat Earth, MC Toon. They're sort of the big.
no, it was
ones in
somebody's
debunking.
name, so it could have been. But the
Those
the
aren't names.
crux of this was basically just that somebody was talking about how NASA, I've created this myth of the round Earth. And the other guy was like, do you know there's 71 countries in the world that have space programs? So it's not just NASA. If you're going to say that, include
They're all in on
everyone.
it.
And every employee of every level in those countries adds up to 75,000 people.
Including
Again.
North Korea.
And it began
Yeah.
hundreds of years ago for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I did love when they try and go, yeah, it's NASA. NASA, the Earth was around well before NASA.
NASA
rocked
barely
up.
even funded to look at the moon at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll stop you there, Luke. The world's always been round.
Anyway, so the point I was making is
Well, it's not round,
YouTube,
technically.
and
It's an
Luke,
obloid
you might
sphere,
know
but
this.
anyway.
Yeah. YouTube put a little message up in between the video and the name saying, just so you know, flat Earth
Yeah.
theory is a completely debunked fucking theory. I was like, wow.
I've seen those.
Yeah, they
I've seen
do
a lot
have-
of those. Whenever you mention that, I will get one now because I'm about to say the word COVID-19. We'll get one now that'll say, "Don't listen to these fuckwits."
Yeah.
I don't care what they're saying. Don't listen.
Or
to
does
them.
it say go and listen
Fuckwits?
to virologists, or does it say do your own research? Like, what side does it come down on?
No,
Pretty sure.
it's neutral.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
But with with the flat earthers, the reason why they've got that there is flat Earth is a gateway conspiracy.
It's an
Ooh,
easy
like
one to get
marijuana.
into.
It's
And then
easy
you
to
start
get
going,
into.
What
and then-
happened on 9/11?
But yeah, it's like if they're lying about that, what else are they lying about? And that's
Yeah.
when
What do you think the one that has the most potential for damage is? Like, if it's snowballed and like tons and tons of people,
Vaccines?
probably that one. Vaccines, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
vaccines
Because that would
is
be
a problem.
dangerous for us to stop
know,
doing vaccines.
5G
It
is
already
back.
is. It already is in the world. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's already a problem.
yeah, but 5G is back.
Oh, is it?
People are now kind of come down on 5G again. It's all like you're probably posting this from your 5G phone,
Yeah.
which I've never
I
understood.
don't let Wi-Fi in my house. Like, it's not welcoming.
I keep the windows shut.
Yeah.
And I yell,
Tight.
"Get
Yeah.
out of here, you little fucks! You little."
I stand there with a
barnacles."
vacuum at the door. If anyone opens the door, I'm like, I'm sucking up all that straight into the vacuum.
But remember,
Wi-Fi. Enjoy
Yeah.
the extra gigabytes on your bandwidth bill this month. I'm sucking them up.
when COVID started, people were sort of blaming it on 5G because it was
Yeah.
just when 5G was coming in. So they're putting up these towers and turning it on. That's what's giving it to us all, even though COVID was fake.
It's complicated, Luke. You would
I know.
understand.
It's hard
You know
to keep
what?
up.
I'm embarrassed
Opening
about that. I
your
went
mind.
one particular moment when, in the very, very start of COVID, when people started talking about it, where I guess I was a COVID denier because my
Oh, I was skeptical a little bit.
co-worker wore a mask to work one day. Just came to work with a mask on, and I fucking went off at him. I'm like, take that the fuck off, right? You're gonna freak people out. You ever had a cold? Right. Well, then you can fucking handle COVID. Like, take the mask off. Stop being a dickhead.
There's just so much going on, and it wasn't until I'm not going to say who. So you guys, I think know somebody I know very well got it and got really sick, and they were and was like he might not make it, and I was like, oh no, this is a thing, because I remember I think we had a conversation because Dan, you were like, do you know anybody who's even got this at one point? There was this because there was a period where it was like no, nobody has this. Why are we worried? And then it changed pretty quickly. But yeah,
And now I've had it twice.
Yes, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. Yeah, but better than the ones who got it in the first wave.
Yeah, of course.
And the reason why you probably weren't seeing many people in our circles getting it is because we were doing everything we were told to do.
That's true. Even though we were like, I don't know about this, but I will comply.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And just to be clear, that one dickhead from my work, once they said on the news to do it, I was doing it.
Yeah. I remember watching the first press conference at Rhode Island where they said, okay, everyone just stay at home. And I was like, oh, this is a big
serious.
thing.
Yeah.
But
You don't tell Americans what to do.
But I do like when people get upset with people wearing a mask. Like, it doesn't affect you. And the whole idea about the mask was not to stop you from getting it, it was to stop you from spreading it.
Yeah.
And that's actually what masks are always for. Like, Matt, your wife probably wears them for work. It's so that she doesn't fucking drip saliva into a fucking body. Right? It's not so that shit doesn't flick out of the body.
Yeah. Not unless she wants to.
Yeah.
It gives you a bit of control.
If your
over
wife wants
the
to
flow.
spit into the hole
It's an
that
open
she
wound.
or a colleague has made in a body,
She needs to make sure it's precise.
spit on that thing.
My wife
Can
is heavily Welsh.
this week's thumbnail be just Jenna spitting into a body, or can we not do that?
I'll ask her. Yeah. I'd be interested to see if we get more views with a girl as the thumbnail.
I will guarantee
we
that
get
we do.
more views when it's my face superimposed
girl's
onto
body.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
They're not looking at our faces.
Eyes are up here, boys.
Yeah.
That's me talking to the audience.
You look where you want to look.
Yeah.
No, you look where I tell you to look. You get to choose where people look on you. Women have collectively chosen eyes. I don't follow that. Look at my dick. Or it's rude. I consider it rude.
You've not acknowledged my penis. I will have you.
Like, I respect you. You said don't look at your tits. I'm looking in your eyes. That's fine. You look at me dick.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Do it.
We get
I
cancelled.
there's nothing. This is so
No,
boring.
no.
But if you get cancer if you don't look at your dick, is that what you just
Cancelled.
said?
cancelled.
That's
like,
a threat.
Are you fucking threatening people with cancer if they don't look at your dick? Fucking all right, settle down, Neil Gaiman.
Coming up in the after party.
No, I didn't. Yeah, God.
More follow-up.
I just heard a great use of the word acknowledge today. I was at the beach. I was at the fucking
Exciting.
beach today. I don't know what the beach was called, but I assume the beach was called "People of all ages have better bodies than you, Dan." Right? I think that's what the beach was called because they were fucking.
That's what Costa Rica's called in my.
Yeah, they were elderly people, fucking ripped, and I'm like, this is not good.
No, I think there's an in between. You got the young people look good, and then you get to a certain age where older people start to look good, and then we're in that in between part.
Yeah, so you say we'll just start getting better from now. We'll just improve.
Yes. Yep.
We're at the point those old people were at before they started looking
Going,
good. They made the
fuck, I got to
decision.
really...
Yeah.
That's a good point too. No, but on the way in, this is unrelated. On the way in, I passed another dad who was there with his two kids, and I don't know what he was talking about. But all I heard him say was, "Well, can one of you kids just please acknowledge how big this is?" And I was just like, not like that, Luke. But no, just being a dad is like trying to impress your kids with stuff that they just don't give a shit about.
Yeah. Well, you're not impressed by me?
Yeah, and my knowledge of stuff that happened when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was a story that went nowhere.
That's
It
the
happens.
show.
Just
Dan.
welcome
Yes.
to
Fine.
multiple nerdgasm.
What you guys been doing? I know for a fact, Dan, that you have watched both of the movies that I watched last week.
Yes.
Have you watched any of those movies, Luke?
I was looking for the substance but couldn't find it.
I'll give you the substance.
There's a number you have to call.
Yeah, so I'll look into that more.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot to look at. There's a lot to look at in that movie. It was a good
It
movie.
is.
It didn't make any sense. Did we talk about this?
No,
yeah, we
no,
did.
no.
Last week's thumbnail is the substance. We must.
Yeah,
have
I
about it.
talked about it. I don't
Yeah.
think you and I.
Oh,
talked,
and then I messaged
don't
you
think
and
you'd
told you
seen
that I
it yet.
watched it. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's very good. It's very good. I liked it very much. There's nothing I didn't like about it. Fucking full on. What the actual fuck? I think we talked about it because I texted you while I was watching it.
Yes.
Luke, there's this bit at the end. I won't even hint at what it is. But I was like, I've not seen this in a movie.
That's what I mean. Because it was like, where is this going? Like,
And I've seen a lot of fucking movies, but I've never seen this.
Okay.
yeah, it almost just the tone changes
Yeah.
almost completely.
Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
because it's very serious. Like, not serious is not the right word, but like, I don't know. You think you've got a handle on what's going on, and you don't. Yeah.
It's also, though, and I'm going to be sexist here, and I don't care. I think women would really like the first half of this movie
Yes.
because it feels like something that all women probably at some point go,
Sure.
"Nah, I felt like that." I mean, men have
Yes.
too, but it's about women, right?
It's about like body standards and.
But I don't
you
know a
like,
single fucking woman, right? Who
directed by a woman.
I know, but I wouldn't recommend this to many women. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
You recommend the first half and then just tell them to stop at a
Just
certain point?
yeah, when it starts to get a bit gross, just know it gets way grosser than that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do
I know
more of
One
an
thing
effort.
though, just there's one thing that doesn't make any sense to me
Yeah, I know, yeah.
to do with motivations. And again, I won't spoil it, but it's just it seems to me that they needed to clarify one bit of the magic that was happening.
I mentioned to you, I wondered if they hadn't, when they were I mean, I guess I don't know how they come up with this. Maybe they just were like, not fussed
Doesn't
about
matter.
that. Like,
Yeah.
it's not about that. Like, it is about that, but maybe they're like, oh, we're not going to worry about that specific
Yeah.
thing. Even though I agree with you, and then actually from talking to Jenna after we watched it, we both
Yeah.
also agreed. That's kind of a problem for the plot in a way.
For the plot.
Don't worry about it because people forget about that when they see this.
There's a specific
Yes,
way that
there's
this
a
whole
lot
thing
of
works
distractions in it.
that is very wishy-washy, and then there are some scenes that are like, oh, okay, it's this way, and then another scene where you're like,
Yeah,
no, it can't
that's
be,
right.
it's this way.
And the being invested in the plot and in the characters relies on the dramatic tension based on you knowing how the system works and knowing when it's
but it's
not
very
going quite
loose.
right. But it seems to just play into whichever of the two possibilities. It's Schrodinger's plot.
Yeah,
There may be one or there may not be.
it's like a plot of a dream where it's like within a certain scene, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And yes,
Man,
it's like
I'm in fucking book 3 of Gene
Oh,
Wolfe's fucking books of the New Sun, and man, I'm starting to think this is a dream. Like I was outside reading it, and I literally yelled, "What the fuck?" at
you
one
mean like
point.
this is a dream?
Yeah,
Or-
just this.
Yeah. I'll say this too: the substance for guys who want to watch it, like it's got it's got some stuff you
Yeah,
want to
you'll
see,
be rewarded for your patience.
but then punished.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because
See this? We're gonna ruin this later.
yeah, you are gonna feel really strange about this later.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's very
At a certain point, put it away, zip it up.
You know what I would say if a man directed this movie, there would
Oh,
be
yeah.
like
Yeah, letters
because
written
it's
in.
very very sexualized.
It's
like
extremely
women.
what I think people on the internet like to call male gaze.
Yeah, and that's the point. But it's just there's just so much of it that
Yeah.
you're like it makes me maybe a bit uncomfortable, frankly. Like I assume that's
Yes.
the point. Where it's
Well,
just
I
like,
was because I was watching it on my laptop in bed, right? And I thought, like, if my wife just looks over, she's
Yeah.
gonna go like, "Are you watching pornography?"
yes, yeah. Because we joked
Like the kind of the porny parts are they're porny, you know.
Yeah.
not
intentionally
like sex,
so
but
because
yeah,
it's
but just
it's
very
almost like a parody. in a
pervy.
way. Yeah. Like Margaret Qualley had an ass double, and
because so they could get right in there.
Yeah, and there's just so much ass screen time. It's like that, like Mass Effect 2 joke about how whenever Miranda was,
the camera's just down here.
You cut double shot of her ass on your face, and then the back of your head and her face,
and then you slowly go out of focus as the ass comes.
Yes, and that's every scene with Margaret Qualley talking to somebody.
They did fix that in the remake.
Andy McDowell's daughter.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. She was beautiful back in her day. Back in her day, it's such a fucking sexist thing to say.
Yeah. Weren't we just talking about this?
Yeah, and I said I was going to be sexist, Luke.
But anyway, I agree. Yeah, Substance is good. But be warned.
Don't watch it on the bus.
And if you watch the first half and you think, no, this is fine, don't assume anything. Don't assume you will be fine with the rest.
Fucking hell, Matt. I can still see it when I close my eyes.
Yeah.
You'll like it, Luke. It's a good movie. Like, it's just a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's just very fun. The horror, I think it's safe to say. Horror? Surely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do my best. I promise nothing, because I did watch a couple of movies this week.
Oh, I want to hear. But first, I'll tell you about the second movie of Matt's from last week.
Yes.
That I watched and learned
I'm
something
interested to hear what you
about
have to
myself. I liked this and I didn't. I think your review that it's beautifully done and boring is true. But I'll go one step further and I'll say that I realised when I was watching this... Sorry, we're talking about Nosferatu 2025.
Yes.
Robert Eggers directed.
Yes.
I realised that what twice before. It's the same review that I would give the original Nosferatu. It's the same review that I would give the 1931 Dracula. It's the same review that I would give Dracula the book, which is that the first fucking act, the first 1/3, is excellent.
Yeah.
And the rest is really boring. Once they get to England or Germany, wherever you're fucking going to set it, once they get out of Transylvania, it's boring. But everything, the Jonathan Harker character, whoever that is, in the house is fucking great. Not knowing if he's going to get fucking eaten or not in every iteration, including the original book. And then the rest is excruciatingly boring.
Okay. This one I'm definitely not going to watch.
Mate, I tell you though, in all the others, Dracula's trying to be charming and stuff. This guy is basically I'm the creepiest serial killer you could ever possibly imagine. Right from the start.
He's just like, no, I want you, and I will fucking murder everybody you know. So just get with me. Just do it.
Just do it. Go on.
Right,
also, Neil. the backstory stuff I found strange, and I don't know. I feel like it's an interesting idea. I just didn't feel like it really landed for me.
No. I had forgotten how closely this follows Dracula. I mean, I knew it was roughly a rip-off, but I was like, this really hit this beat by beat. This wouldn't stand up in a court today. It's not that just that they
there's
were...
the Lucy character. There's the Van Helsing character.
That's right. Yeah. There's one for one, pretty much.
Yeah, no, it sounds beautiful but boring. I'm not going to watch it.
I don't think you would like it, Luke.
No.
I think you would be bored. Because you give a shit about the cinematography, because you'd be playing a game at the some time anyway.
Exactly.
So there'd be nothing to capture your attention.
I need story. I don't need things looking good.
I'll say this though, in the very, very start of the movie, the start of every single Dracula, he goes to Transylvania and they tell him not to go to the castle, right?
Yes.
That was the scariest fucking Transylvanian village. That was a fucking...
I loved that.
Out of nightmare. So good, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if those people are like, it's fucking scary up there.
Yeah, I love that scene where he gets to the village and they're all just fucking dancing around him and being so fucking weird. And I was like, this is great. This is what... why don't we have more Transylvanian villages like that in movies? It's really cool.
Yeah.
Just the Romani being... they're just trying to freak him out. But it's really good.
Yeah. And actually, Jonathan Holt? Yeah.
Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt was very good in this.
Yeah.
Because he looked fucking terrified
Yeah.
the whole time. Yeah.
Like when he gets, with slight spoilers, when he gets into the castle and he's like, so I'm doing this weird thing. And then Dracula's like, don't fucking talk about that. And then from literally that moment on, he's like, spends the whole movie doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, sorry, sir. Lord. Call me
that's
Lord.
right.
He's like,
Or I'll fucking
Lord.
murder you, cunt.
Yeah. We've got some misplaced Australian accent news later in the show, but first I want to hear what Luke's been watching.
Oh, I watched Smokey and the Bandit,
Okay.
and then I watched Cannonball Run 2.
No, you did not.
Tom
That's
Selleck.
great.
Yes, bit of a Tom Selleck kick.
Nice.
Yeah,
Tom
Amazing.
Selleck.
I don't know. I just watched Smokey and the Bandit, and I went, what else could I see that's got Tom in it from the 80s? And that popped up.
Could have been Indiana Jones.
Could
Could
have
have
been.
been.
You should have watched Her Alibi. Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh, I'll put that on your list for movies I don't remember were good or not. My parents sure seem to think were good in the 80s with
right.
Tom Selleck in them. Do they hold up? Because I've not seen these since I was a kid. Both of these.
Yeah.
I'll say Smokey and the Bandit is better than Cannonball Run 2.
Okay.
Cannonball Run 2 is a lot campier.
So you only
Right.
watched Cannonball
Could
Run
it-
2, not the original Cannonball.
I couldn't find the original. I only
Yeah.
watched the, but that's wacky
okay.
races, that type of thing.
Yeah,
It's just that over the top.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
silly
right.
premise.
Isn't Roger Moore in one of them?
Frank Sinatra was in this one.
Was he?
Right. And remind me of the actual premise of Smokey and the Bandit.
I've also had a hard time understanding this, especially today.
It's pretty complex.
Well, no, it was, they had to go and pick up Coors beer from a state away and bring it back, but that was classified as bootlegging. So that
New
was the whole
Hampshire.
thing. It was a bet
right.
about getting there and back in 48 hours without getting caught, so his
Right.
son could celebrate with Coors beer.
Oh.
Okay. Wow, that's a good sponsorship from Coors Beer for a movie.
But it
that
was sort of weird. Like I
understand
didn't.
being a
Why?
big
Like
movie.
this is the 80s. It's really you
Is
can't
it
take.
set in the 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, you couldn't take this particular beer across state lines for some reason, and
it had
that
to
sort
have
of just
bad
went
beer.
over my head.
I mean, that might be true. Who knows?
Yeah, but
a weird country here.
you can't have Coors, have Miller. Like, just fucking settle down. What are we doing?
People get very specific about the beer they like, though, Dan.
Yeah, I guess they do.
I think all those particular beers taste quite similar to me. But
Yeah, yeah.
They all taste the same, but yeah. But that's what I watched while I was playing. Well, actually, I had to sort of stop watching a lot of stuff when I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I
you're
have
playing
been
that.
wanting to ask you.
I've been playing it. It is a direct sequel, which I wasn't expecting that, but I do find the combat to be a little bit more forgiving this time.
Okay.
Right. So you play as the same
The
person?
internet
Same character,
loves
yep.
this.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Some people don't like it, Dan, because this game has the gay sex in it. And people
Right.
don't want that. Some people
I mean-
don't want that.
But you
They
don't-
don't force it on you, do they?
that was the article that I read said, like, you don't have to do
To
that.
do that.
You don't want to.
Like, they haven't tied it into an achievement or
It's just,
anything.
like,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like real life. No one's like, you're not forced to do that. Not usually, anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I'll say this,
never.
though. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I got fucked a lot.
No, I still think that was just what happened to you.
Yeah.
Due to the choices you made.
So have you had gay sex, Luke?
I
Sorry,
have not.
Let me in the game. In the game.
I have not. No, I'm starting to get it's slow.
Right.
It's very slow. It's a very slow
Yeah, well,
RPG.
the first one was slow too because they were like, "You're just living your fucking life. Nothing's happened yet."
Yeah, the first one I quite liked. It's just the combat threw me off to begin with. This time I've stuck with it that little bit more. It still frustrates me a lot. And I think with the third one they'll fix it.
You know what? The only thing I didn't like about the first one, yeah, the third one will be like Witcher 3. It'll be like,
Yeah,
fine, just
yeah.
fucking hit X to hit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this, Luke, but I found nobody was doing an old-timey accent, and I found the voice acting very modern. Like
Yeah, no,
original.
there's no even this one. It's people are just talking. Like
It's
even the
just
main
it's
character,
just
who's
actors just reading the lines, yeah, and they usually like in Skyrim, they're all fucking Nords and whatever, but usually people do a kind of fantasy world accent.
No.
You know, but no one does that in this.
Except I'm addicted to playing dice. I've been playing dice for like the last 2 hours.
First Witcher game.
I don't know why. It's a terrible game, but I just can't stop playing it. It's how I make any of my money. One thing that's annoying about it, and I found a workaround for it, is the saving in it.
Oh, yeah.
So to create your own save file, you have to drink something. So if you run out of it, you can't make a save at some point.
Yeah.
But then you can just save and exit the game and then continue. So it's annoying.
You go to the menu.
Go to the menu,
Save.
it'll save for you and you go straight back.
Right.
But then you got to wait for the loading. So it's just frustrating. I don't think it's adding anything to force people to
I hate
do it.
gimmicky save things.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Like, we don't need them this day and age. So let me hit save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
did.
don't want people to save scum decisions.
Yeah.
But then look at, Baldur's Gate 3,
That is my decision if I want to
they
save
obviously
scum.
decided, you can literally, in Baldur's Gate 3, say, I'm going to try and pick the lock on this door. It'll come up and it'll show you the fucking dice, and you're ready to click, and you can save then. Right? Try, fail, just load in and do it. Like, they were like, yeah, people will do this, we don't care, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just allowed.
If that's how people want to play, let them play.
That's how you want to live your life.
I would never play a fucking pre-1995 game ever again if it wasn't for save states. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't just put on Wonder Boy and just see how far I could get and then start again from the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you used to do, especially if you weren't that good. You died and there's no continues. It's just back to the start.
Yeah.
I could finish
Some
Sonic
games. You finished? I never finished Sonic.
though. Yeah, finished all the Sonics. Wonder Boy never.
All the Sonics. No.
All Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh, fucking hell.
That game goes forever.
I finished a
That's
game
a
this week.
punishing game. Did you?
Yeah, I forgot to put it in because it's in a different brain zone because it was on the Switch and I was playing it with Lyra. I finished
the Egg Game.
The Legend of the Egg Game 2, aka
Egg
The
Game
Legend
2.
of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah, I finished it.
Nice.
Excellent game.
I should play that.
It's really good.
Yeah. You're thinking of Zelda.
Because that's the top down like the old
Yep.
Link to the Past type of game.
Yes,
isn't
but
it?
you play as Zelda and you don't do any actual combat
Link to the
yourself
Past.
because you're Zelda. You're not Link. But you can, for reasons that will become clear when you play it, switch into a mode where you are Link for a brief period, and the bar goes down. You can attack and hit and shoot arrows. But mostly, what you'll do is you summon echoes of creatures that you have collected. And you,
okay.
So like if there's an enemy and it's in the water, you just cast shark, and then
Yep.
a shark appears and attacks them and stuff. It's cool. It's
That sounds a
very-
great game for kids.
It's really good. Yeah, she loved it. She had a lot of questions about the ending because it's plot's a bit more complicated.
Sure.
She had no idea what the fuck was going on. Obviously,
She's
but-
3. She's literally 3 years old.
exactly. And then, but then at what point? I don't want to spoil anything. But she was just like, "Why is Zelda sad?" And it's like, for God's sake, I'm going to try and explain.
We've got to have this talk now.
Yes, we won, but there's But anyway, yeah, she loved it. It was great.
Okay.
Good fun.
I might play it one day. I
We're
won't.
playing
There's no
Luigi's Mansion
achievements.
2 again,
Oh, so good.
aka the Ghost game.
Oh, that's the ghost game.
It makes it easy to know which game she's talking about, though.
And with Jenna, she plays Mario v Rabbids.
Oh, yes.
Two now because I finished the first one. That's the bunny game.
Okay. Is he a bunny?
The Rabbids
Yeah.
looks like
Rayman.
one. They look like him.
Yeah, but he's not actually attached to his head.
No, he's not in it.
Oh, he's not?
No, it's about the rabbits, the little rabbit
Ah.
people. And it's funny too. They play that, and she knows. So it's kind of like a XCOM style game where you do combat, and there's all different types of rabbits. So like, there's like bashers and archers, or I don't know what they all are, but she knows them all,
Yeah.
and she can identify them. It's just, yeah,
Okay.
it's quite cute.
So, it's good. Start them young. They'll become professional players, and then you
Yeah.
retire.
But anyway, yeah, Echo's Wisdom, very good. Recommend it. I did watch a movie this week.
And then the
too.
ghost game, do you recommend that?
Oh yeah, Luigi's Mansion 2. All the Luigi's Mansions are fun. Yeah.
If you can't play as Peach, my daughter won't play it. She's Peach.
We're going to have a fight if we ever play Mario Party with each other.
Well,
Because I'm
okay,
Peach.
I'm staying out of that
as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said that the controls in Luigi's Mansion 2, it's the one that was on the DS, and this is the HD remake of it. The controls are a bit clunky at times, I find. I think because it was on the Switch. It's not translated as well, but it's fine. It's a fun game. And I watched a movie this week too, just quickly. I watched a movie I've seen before, again.
Spies Like Us?
Close.
Sort of.
I watched No Time to Die again, because I think I overall didn't like it last time. But I remember, Dan, you had said you quite liked it.
yeah.
And this time, I liked it more. I still have some... I was really, really enjoying it until I got to the nanobots again, and I was like, oh, that's right.
That's
the
right.
nanobots.
Yeah.
That's... I mean, it's very James Bond, but it just...
No, we want silly James Bond gadgets. Nanobots.
It is a bit
Well, it's
silly.
got those.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
quite silly. It's
Got those. The bits... The whole thing...
yeah, the
at
car
start
does
was
stuff.
fucking great.
Yeah.
That was good. And...
I've not seen this a second time. Maybe I should watch it. Maybe I'll soften
liked
on
it.
it too, and we'll end up in the middle. Yeah, it's fine. I just remember thinking Rami Malek was
overly
very
long.
good.
yeah. It's overly long, and it's... But, I mean, it's good.
All movies are overly long now. That's
Yeah.
just how they are. There's a trailer that dropped this week, and I think we're going to talk about it. But I just want to back up a second, because a trailer dropped like 4 weeks ago that we didn't talk about, that I think people were probably waiting to hear what we thought.
Which one was that?
what
I
trailer?
don't think we talked about Superman.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
On the show?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We spoke about the dog.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we
I
did.
think that was before we'd seen it, wasn't it?
No. We
No?
talked about him falling from the sky. We talked about him being like the goofy.
Oh, maybe it was on one that I wasn't on and then didn't listen to.
Oh, that could be. Yeah. But yes. I mean, it looks... It's hard to tell, actually.
I'm just going to wait.
Tell.
I've never... There's not been a good Superman movie in a very, very, very long time. So, I don't know. It's a soft reboot. There's going to be... It looks like there's too many villains or too many people, and they're not doing the slow build. It's just everyone's there. We'll wait and see. But the new one that's out, the new trailer that's out, I don't know about either.
I mean, it looks like it could be good. I don't want to... It looks like it could be good.
Yeah. Fantastic Four.
But is
Yeah,
there Fantastic Four tower? Did they just buy Iron Man, whatever his name, Stark's Tower? Did they just buy that and replace it, or what
Well, no,
happened?
this
set in the
seems to be
past.
set... Yeah, exactly. Might be the other
Maybe
way
he
around.
bought it.
Yeah. I think this looks quite good. I was like, okay, this looks all right at first. And then I noticed, well, not noticed, didn't notice, it was on the fucking screen in front of me. There's a certain villain that I was like, oh, okay. And it got a little bit of nostalgia, like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's fun. And I was like, hang on a minute. That character's already been in the Marvel movies. And,
I don't know what you're talking
And
about,
what-
so I'm going to watch it again quietly in the background.
okay,
Unless,
I will
unless
just tell
you
you.
want to fucking tell me. Yeah.
Okay, at a certain point, you see Galactus.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And it's Galactus as he looks in the comic books. You see the back of his head, right? And then I was like, oh, cool, Galactus, yeah. And that got me excited. But then I was like, hang on a minute. Wasn't that cloud of space stuff in the Eternals supposed to be Galactus?
I think they're going to forget that movie existed, like
I wondered
nearly
if they were
everyone
just-
else did.
Yeah, they're just going to retcon that. Because also, presumably this takes place earlier. Or is this going to be one of those, it's a different universe
Yeah.
things?
No, we've already set up the multiverse so we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
They need to go away from the multiverse. It's just going to be too confusing.
And they've already parodied it. You know, like they've already done the Loki show, which found every
I've got all
funny
season
thing
2 of
about...
that.
Yeah, so do I. But,
No,
you know,
it's
just like
good.
finding him in different He's in a different dimension. You know, like it just they've done the serious multiverse and the parody multiverse. They can't just keep doing it now.
Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine did that too. With literally with.
Oh
Wolverine.
yes, true.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how we got Henry Cavill as Wolverine.
Got to stop that now. But like speaking of this though, but did you realize there's like the new Captain America movie comes out like next week? Not even remembered it, but I'm more excited for Fantastic Four.
I've seen stuff about it only because Harrison Ford talks about it, and
he's doing
I'll
a
read
lot
stuff
more.
about him.
Yeah,
I saw a poster for a billboard for it here. It didn't have Anthony Mackie on it. Like it was just fucking The Shield.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, this must have been like how it was when the first non-Connery Bond was coming out. They're like, should we just try to make it look generic so that people don't notice?
People don't notice
it's not the
Chris
star
Evans is
they've
not
been
in it?
watching
Yeah.
this whole time. Yeah, not that Chris Evans is a huge star, but like
he is.
I reckon.
You know him.
I think unless you watched the TV shows, you might look at this if it was a more comprehensive poster and go, "Who's that?" You know.
And I tuned out with those TV shows with was it Samuel L. Jackson one?
Oh, that one I didn't watch.
Oh, Secret War? No, not
Secret War. Yeah,
Was it
Was
Secret
it?
War? Okay.
No,
Something like that.
something like that though.
Invasion of some
Invasion
sort.
Earth. Is that a movie? Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's a dumb name.
We got
That's a
there.
dumb generic
Yep.
name. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first couple of episodes and went, "This is not for me."
I literally forgot that existed.
So did I until you said that, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, that came out."
I
Yep.
didn't watch Miss Marvel. I didn't watch that.
I didn't mind Miss Marvel.
She-Hulk was.
She-Hulk, didn't
in that-
mind She-Hulk.
Well, I did watch that. I didn't watch that.
Everyone seemed to like
I
Agatha
watched
all along.
Agatha
but
all
I-
along.
I haven't seen that.
Did you?
I don't think you'll like it.
I just hated that
It's-
character.
She's the only good thing about it, honestly.
Jesus.
Oh,
I don't know why. I just hated that character.
Something about the show that's strong. It's Halloweeny, like it's old style,
Yeah.
goofy
Witches and
Halloweeny.
stuff.
Yeah, they lean into that. Plus, part of there's this. It's not a multiverse, but it might as well be because they end up in a different time period in each part of this journey that they go on. So,
Okay.
like they go into a cabin and it's all like Evil Dead, you know. So there's
Right.
some cool tropey stuff.
Some nods.
So yeah.
is she good or bad?
Oh, acting or
Just a
It's
character in
basically-
general.
It's basically the plot of Wicked. Like they go back and find. Oh, Luke would hate that for some reason.
I was
Or
being
he
bitten.
ejaculated.
I don't mean to say she's not a good actress, whatever her name is.
No.
I just meant I literally just don't like that. Didn't like that character in WandaVision. So
Oh, that twist was horrible in one division.
yeah,
It was
that whole
absolutely
thing
horrible.
was just like
I honestly think they didn't know how to quite end it
yeah.
yeah.
because
Yeah,
it's a bit
and then someone
weird.
was
I
like,
remember
hear me
there was an
out.
interview with was it writer director or the writer of WandaVision, and they were saying, "Oh, you should do another season of that." And I think that's the same person who did Agatha all along. I could be wrong, but it was definitely the person who did the WandaVision, and they were saying, "No, I don't do multiple seasons."
Sequels.
It's like, yeah, you barely got one out of it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But
really
how
struggled
would
with
you
it.
make a
Yeah.
season 2 of that?
Yeah. As
Yeah.
Tolkien said, not enough butter spread on too much toast.
Yes, it's like, yeah, it was a good premise, but it just didn't make it all the way through.
Yeah,
that
like
season.
yeah, it was a 1 hour special, wasn't it? It was like
I think
by
it's
the
also
time they
because-
figured out they were in there, it was up.
I think it's also because they had to tie it into something else, which they did.
Yeah.
Well, the movie they tied it into was sort of great.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed.
Oh, Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness, yeah.
That's that's good.
Yeah. But they didn't really need a TV show to do that. They could have had the TV show just end any stage and just have it as a thing. And
Yeah.
Agatha doesn't seem to.
doesn't need Agatha there. It's just you could have her just dealing with those issues and just her sort of coming to terms with it. Doesn't need to be a big. She was controlled or whatever.
Yeah. 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 Because, yeah. Nah.
That's right. It's done.
On Fantastic Four, part of the marketing. So there's the trailer, but there's also some posters. You know, like movie posters that come out, and as soon as I saw them, I instantly thought, "Are those AI?" because they look very much like something that an AI would make.
Oh.
And apparently they're not.
Yeah, they're very produced, aren't they? They're very polished.
Yeah, and there are also people pointed out in one of the crowd scenes, for example, it's the same person appears multiple times, and the person holding the flag only got 3 fingers and a thumb, and so there's weird things like that it's like it's not AI, like they're insisting it's not, but it's just a very odd posters.
You would say that though, wouldn't you?
Yes. Because I literally, when I first saw them, to me they look like AI images. Right?
Maybe not all of them, but definitely a couple of them.
Yeah, they just have that look of like otherworldliness.
Yeah.
Which
Alex
maybe was
Proyas is
intentional.
making an AI movie currently, and he keeps
I saw
posting
that.
little 10-second clips of it on his Instagram. And it looks like this, people
Right.
that you're like, is that a real person? I mean, it looks like a real person, but something in my brain knows it's not.
I do have to apologise about something that's happening on the spreadsheet.
I was like, what is going on in here?
Yeah, someone's coding.
It's my cat. Keeps
Right.
jumping onto my
Because
keyboard.
I noticed one of the links got wiped out, so I put that back. And then I was like, what is this thing here? Okay.
She also made that red at one stage. I don't know how she did that. And
Yeah, right.
yeah, she's
Oh,
playing
that's
on
all
my
right. At least
keyboard.
now I understand. I was like, who the fuck? Which one of you cunts is doing that?
It's this little cunt.
I don't care if the posters are AI. If they said that they're AI, I'd be like, fine, no problem.
I'd be confused if they were, to be honest. They can afford not to do AI posters, Marvel,
Yes,
surely.
yeah. But just
Help.
generally, I'm not as angry about AI as other people, except
No, I know.
in one context.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm about to watch a movie and the premise says blah 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 dangers of AI, I turn it off. I'm so
Really?
bored with movies about it. I don't
Screw
know why.
Terminator.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Old movies about it, but movies written now, like I don't know. It's a turn off for me. I'm like, no. You saw that on the news and fucking quickly typed out a script. I'm not going to watch it.
They probably used AI to help with it.
I had something really interesting the other day, and hopefully you will also find this interesting. I'll try and be brief about it. But you know how there's these AI music generators now?
Yes.
So I was listening to a podcast about music, as I do, because I like music. And there's a guy, his name's Ben Jordan. He's a YouTuber, well, amongst other things. He's also he's a musician. He produces music as the Flashbulb. He's a YouTuber, but he's also a kind of technical guy. And he figured out, he's got this, I guess, program that he's written now that can identify AI-generated music. And it's the way it works, when he explained it, is so clever. I was like, fuck, of course. So these companies that make the AIs that generate the music, right? They don't pay for the music that they like train it on. They literally just bought a Spotify subscription and then gave that to the AI, and then maybe that's technically illegal. Apparently no one's going to do anything about that, right? That's
Yeah,
just
because
how
how
these
can you
things-
pinpoint what song is taken from what other
Right.
song?
Yeah, so that's just how these things. But the interesting thing is, that means all this AI has ever heard is compressed music.
Huh.
Because music that comes from Spotify is not the same fidelity as the CD or the original, masters or whatever that ideally you would want the AI to hear, because then it has more nuance. So, for example, when an AI, one of these music generators generates something in the style of, say, the Beatles, it's only ever heard a pretty shitty compressed version of the Beatles. So when you say make drums like Ringo Starr, they're missing all the frequencies that the Spotify versions of those songs are missing. And then he wrote this program. It can identify when a song is generated by AI, because those songs are all missing frequencies and information and stuff that gets chopped off when it's compressed. Like this, just in a way that is identifiable.
Not only is Spotify compressed, but I also listen to music on far worse speakers now than ever in my life before.
Yes.
Because I'll ask Google to play, and the speaker is this fucking big. And as far as I know, I can't auxiliary that into my fucking surround sound.
Yeah.
Well, you would be able to, but No, well, that's why every now and again I still like listen. I've got nice speakers. I'll listen to like records on every now and again because
Yeah, no, we do that too.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it sounds.
I don't
It
currently
does
build
sound
stereo,
better.
but
But it's interesting, and it's not like too because you go, yeah, but like you listen to music and it's compressed anyway. But like, no. It actually the sum of them is it's identifiable when at no point has there been an uncompressed source used in the creation. It's like, yeah, I just thought that's so clever that he came up with that. Like,
God, people are smart.
yeah, and he said that they've tested it and it works 100% of the time so far.
Yeah,
It always knows, like, yeah, no, this was made up of compressed crap. Not like this AI has never heard a real instrument.
yeah.
Yeah, it thinks a violin sounds like the Spotify version of that.
Yeah, it sounds like an
clever,
MP3. Or
Exactly.
Whatever it is that they.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas if you record a violin being played, then put it on Spotify, you mixed an album with real instruments. Apparently, the result is identifiably different.
Yes. No, I bet it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, quite clever. Because
I don't
people
know
are
why-
they're just generating a bunch of shite and putting it up on Spotify. That's the reason
I
this
bet
is
they are.
important. Is
Yeah.
because
They sound like real songs. That's why it's scary. It's
Yeah.
it's the best out of them all. Out of the,
it's getting
any AI
quite-
use. The songs are.
Yeah, because usually when something's written by AI, I think you can not always, but you can often tell,
Yeah.
like, because you think, oh, no human would have written that.
Yeah, but it's going to keep learning and learning and learning.
Yeah, but I think for the music it's harder because, like, there's less music literacy than there is, like, people read and understand more than they, like, people listen to music for enjoyment, but they don't.
Yeah.
Like, they don't go, oh, listen to that chord change or whatever. You know.
Have you noticed this, Matt? Have you noticed? Because you're right, but having music training also makes you kind of aware of things that you feel people should be aware of. Like when you're listening to a band and you're like, well, that note was out of tune, and they go, oh, I wouldn't know. I haven't heard this song before, and you're like, you don't have to have heard the song before.
Yeah.
It was out of tune to the song that you're listening to.
Yeah, people
you know?
don't though.
They don't.
Not a clue. I'm
Yes,
definitely
yes.
one of them.
Right.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, we've done this before. I don't know. I've always done music, so it's yeah.
Yeah.
But Gabe, Mike from Penny Arcade said they've had music for various things. And he says whenever he works with musicians, he's like, it's like magic. I'm like, that's so interesting because he draws, right? And I find my brain can't comprehend that. Like even when I try and I'm like, maybe I'll learn to draw again. And it's like, just think about, look at the thing and then draw the thing. I was like, nah, my brain's not connected to my hand in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but put a guitar in it, go make a tune, and
I assume it's the same thing.
yes,
Yeah.
people are
because,
creative.
like,
Well, not. I am not creative. You two are
but
in different ways.
I'm not good at drawing either. But like, and even if I am looking at something, right? I mean, if I'm looking at something, I can pretty much draw it as is. But I can't. Like, I've looked at my car a million fucking times. I couldn't draw my car from memory. It's like, how do you know to put that line there? Like,
Yeah, I don't.
this is not something you've ever seen before. You're making something up.
Yeah.
Well, when we went
Even
to
I watch
to,
pixel art tutorials and they're like, start with the silhouette and then do this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I look at you and I'm like, yeah, that all
silhouette
makes
looks like.
sense. But when I try
Yeah.
and do it, my brain is just like, I don't know what the silhouette of a human looks like.
when we were at PAX and we were at that
Yeah.
presentation, and there were people
The
there
illustrated
talking
ones.
to us, answering questions, drawing, and just creating monsters
Yeah.
out of nothing.
Yeah. So you imagining things and drawing them and hosting a presentation.
Yeah. And also, that's not to say I'm certainly not the best musician in the world, and I don't know as much music theory as I should for someone who's been doing it for so long. But I just absorbed all this stuff when I was young and did classical guitar or whatever, and it's just in there. And it's just like, yeah, I just have this, I guess, information in my brain that others don't have. Mm-hmm. That's
And
all
you know
it
wit's
is.
funny.
That's all it is, I think, in general. You could learn.
No,
You're too old now.
I
Well,
cannot.
some
learn.
things you could learn.
Yeah.
But because I play guitar at a whole other level to you, because you properly play and I can
I just played a lot. Yeah.
make some sounds,
That's all.
right?
That's all it
so,
is, yeah.
But like if somebody who didn't play at all heard me play, they go, "Oh, you play guitar." And if somebody who knew
Sure.
how to play guitar heard me play, they say, "But you don't know how to play guitar," right?
But also, someone might hear both of us play and be like, they're both the same good.
Yeah. And actually, I learned there's this one bit that my friend taught me this Eric Clapton fucking song years ago, right? And for some reason, I just played it a lot, and I got really good at it. And I'm still quite decent at playing this one song, and it's very tricky. The thumb comes over at one point, plays top E, right?
Yeah.
But I was playing that once, and somebody goes, "Oh man, you're way better than me," and I'm like, "No, just at this song. Like, I've heard you play all afternoon. Sure. You're way better than me."
That's the other thing too. I don't know how to play a lot of other people's songs. I write music, and so I can play my stuff, and I can play a few covers if I bother.
I'm one of the few people that's written more books than I've read.
No, it's kind of true. I like when I was younger, I used to learn. I could play a lot of Metallica songs and stuff like that because that's what I learned when I was a kid. But but like at parties, if people hand you the guitar, like people will hand me a guitar and then they go, "Oh, do you know this song?" No, I don't know any of those songs.
Yeah. I don't think that's. I think that's just because you
and they go,
"Oh,
pop music. Like, good is he?" I'm like, I don't care. But,
doesn't even know Wonderwall.
I'd leave a party if someone played that.
Yeah,
hanging around for that shit.
It sounds it sounds silly, but I just don't play other people's songs very often. I learn bits of them more than I'll learn, and they won't be the bits anyone else wants to hear. That's the thing. The bits that are interesting to me probably aren't.
The bits that are interesting and you can learn from.
Mm-hmm. Or like I'll learn how to play fucking Interstellar on guitar, and no one wants to hear that. Whereas I think that's very cool. So,
you know what we've never done, Matt, when we lived together, and now that I've thought about it, I don't know why. I can play the easy bit to the accompaniment to the solo in Master of Puppets. Can you play the actual lead line?
I used to be able to. I used to be able to. I did that for my year 11 music assessment. I played Master of Puppets. Yeah.
Nice, yeah. Well, you know the bit that goes under the doom 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 that goes under the doo wee doo doo doo. Yeah. In the could be a good duet.
In the quiet bit. Yeah.
Tune in for next week's podcast.
That's what I was when we were young. So I learned classical guitar, and I'm very even when we used to play live, I would be accused of being boring live on stage because I'm more interested in
because you just play it, you don't perform.
I want to play it correctly. That's my concern. Whereas other people just want to jump around and
Well, that's why for Kiss's live album, it wasn't actually their live album.
Yeah, right.
Because when they play, you don't, especially when you're that big, you're not playing everything perfectly. So they're missing notes, missing things.
Yeah.
So what they had to actually do was the audience is sort of taken from 4 different shows, and they even tried to stand still play, but the sound didn't. They just played it. That's recorded, and then got the sound from the audience to play for their live album.
That's so
right. Because we'd be when I was very young, there were other kids who would learn, like, say they'd learn the Master of Puppets solo, but messy and missing notes, and the timing was weird and stuff like that. And I would think, I would not do it if I couldn't do it properly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Whereas other people are like, he's pretty good, isn't he? And I was,
listen to this.
Is he? Okay.
The point that I was actually starting to make, and
there was a point to this?
On the tangent. No, only just that I learned classical music when I was playing the violin as a kid, and I was in orchestras and stuff, and that's to me like notated music, and I've never applied that to the guitar. I learned only off tablature, which is why I'm just not a very good guitar player, right? But it always blows my mind when I see people sight read sheet music to a guitar, because I'm like, oh, that's right. It's still the notes, right? Still making chords. And even when somebody I watch some guitarists on YouTube, and then they write a song, and somebody will be like, oh, that's a nice chord, but why don't you add a melodic fifth onto that? And he goes, oh, okay. And then, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't have the words for what I'm doing.
Fucking hell, man.
There's a channel I like called, I forget the name of the channel, but there's a guy who does these videos called Why This Song Stinks, which he started as like a opposite to, Rick Beato? You probably know Rick Beato. He's a YouTuber.
Name rings a bell. Oh, yes, I do.
Very technical theory guy on YouTube, and then he does Why This Song Is Good, and he
Right.
goes through and he talks about what's good about a song. This other guy does why this song stinks, and he
Mm-hmm.
but it's funny, and he does these things where when he starts talking about music theory, he's like, "Well, I'm gonna hit you with a Beato bomb," which is like a
Yeah.
Beato
Speaking
bomb's
of
a bit of music
funny
theory.
things on the internet, you sent us a fucking musicless music video the other day. I watched like 10 more after
They're
that.
good, right?
I hadn't come across those before. So funny. The same guy. Have you watched the Johnny Depp trial one?
No.
It's very funny. He's just taken out all the talking except for Amanda Heard trying to say what her name is. My name is... And then you just hear Johnny just blow his nose. It'll cut to him like doing this. Like, it's a genius of both editing and sound design. It's very good.
The videos are good. So it's like music videos, but he removes the music and he just adds in Foley. So you kind of... And it's funny
As if
it reveals
that's the original
ridiculousness.
audio. Yeah,
but it
yeah.
reveals the ridiculousness of them in some way. Like a lot of them, it's just like, you're right, that's making no fucking sense.
Yeah.
the was it the hello one was
Lionel
very
Richie.
funny to me.
Yeah,
Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
Because he's just walking in. He walks into the ballet class. He's like, hello.
Like, well,
He's
walking through,
he's
it's
like,
like-
shh.
Yeah, echoing footsteps as he walks all the way up to her. Yeah.
Very funny.
All right, before we go, I want to talk about Disney Plus.
Oh,
Yes.
sure.
So, I don't know what's happening. So they've just lost. So in Q4 2024, they lost 700,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
But I was also looking. Do you know what their second most streamed show was last year?
No.
The Acolyte.
Oh, and that didn't do very well.
Really?
I liked that show, but
Yeah, that was their second most streamed show, and that was the one they cancelled.
that's all right. 700,000 is a lot of people to
That's
bail. But they haven't put anything out.
No, you've got
guess.
the new Star Wars Kids one,
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, but is anyone watching that?
We're not talking about just Star Wars, right? We're talking about all of Disney Plus, right?
All of Disney
Yeah.
Plus, yeah.
Fucking Moana 2 just dropped. Like, there's fucking shit
yeah,
on there
that's
all the
true.
time.
Yeah, but I guess maybe people have seen it. Because, I mean, yeah, that 700,000
Yeah, I mean-
is a lot of people, I would imagine, to just bail on it.
This is a naive question for somebody who skipped economics. Does Q4 just literally mean the last quarter of the year?
3 months.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think so.
So, just before Christmas, 700,000 people cancelled Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird. Maybe it's a bot. It's just like
It could
some
be.
kind of.
A bot that's paying money to
No,
say
I mean,
subscribe.
no,
I mean, this was
I
in
mean,
their
maybe
earnings
that-
call too.
yeah, I guess
so. They
so,
were like,
yeah.
they were like, we've got to do something about this, basically. Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay.
No, I got rid of Netflix. I've got Apple Plus, but that's only for Severance. Severance is I'm out.
so-
I'm out.
Really?
Now-
Really?
I've watched a couple episodes.
No
I'm
good?
really enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm out.
I don't watch TV like this, so I'm waiting. But okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
it got very weird.
Okay.
But not weird that it was
Yeah, no, I know what you
before.
mean.
It's
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I've watched a couple episodes.
yeah. Wait
I'm
till you get to
enjoying it,
episode 4. Episode 4, I tapped out.
Fucking hell. Now
Maybe because I wasn't
got to
paying enough
watch it.
attention, but it just
I mean, that seems likely.
I
It could be
do
that.
want to see this now. Okay, maybe I'll have to catch up. Look, I know we're eager to get to the after party, but I've got to say, I started watching Rick and Morty. Luke, you must have seen this.
no.
Really?
I'm
See-
aware of Rick and Morty because
I'm aware of it.
it was everywhere, and I don't know.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
I
cartoon.
put this on. What?
It's a cartoon. I don't know.
It's Doc and Marty. It's
Yeah,
Doc
yeah.
and Marty. It starts off. We pick up Marty in the time machine. They go get Jennifer. It's every episode is an 80s sci-fi movie plot done by this Doc and Marty parody that basically point out why everything is fucking ridiculous in everything
Right.
we love, and it's also just done really well. So it is. This is one of those ones where I'm not comparing the quality. I preface that. But you know when you were like, why aren't we watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Why haven't we
Yes.
been watching this for years?
I
That's
think
what
it's
I thought.
ridiculous
I'm like,
that we hadn't seen that.
yeah, I
for-
felt the
for
same
as long
with
as we
this
did.
because I was like, yeah, I didn't watch this because I don't really watch a lot of adult animation.
I
right?
bet you watch a lot of adult shows.
I watch a lot of adult content.
Adult content.
A lot of it's
no.
not animated. Well,
No,
they get
what I
quite
mean
animated
is-
in it, but
I watch kids shows if I want to watch cartoons. Like I'll literally just go back and watch He-Man or fucking Turtles, right?
yeah, Transformers.
But I don't watch a lot of like comedy fucking channel or whatever, Adult Swim. But this, I'm really liking this. I'm not saying you will, but it's very good.
Isn't it Dan Harmon, the guy who did Community?
Community.
Well, the first few seasons of Community.
And then the last, at least one.
Yeah.
He came back to finish it off after they'd steered it into the iceberg, yeah.
Yeah.
All
And
I
then
know
make a
about
movie.
Community
Rick
for
and Morty
me...
is that
Sorry?
he gets turned into a pickle at some point. That's all I know.
Yeah, I've seen that pickle too, yeah.
And there's Szechuan sauce, which is a huge thing.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen that yet either. I haven't seen the pickle and I haven't seen that.
Yeah, their fans are weird.
that's the thing. Well, it's not even that they're weird because their fans are everybody. It's just that I don't know. People. It was one of those things where people were talking about it so much that I was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
I think I was probably the same.
I thought it was more stoner
'Cause-
humor.
'cause
Actually, I think.
Yeah. And it is a bit... I don't want to say that it's not, because all cartoons for adults are that, right?
Sure.
To a point.
Yeah.
It is a bit that, and there's still some things where, like, there'll be a joke so fucking out there that I'm like, fucking, I can't believe you said that. But then the next joke will be that Rick fucking burps a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's both happening
Okay.
at once.
All right.
Maybe I'll check out an episode or two.
Because I refused to watch BoJack Horseman because of all the people going on about how brilliant it was. I was like,
I think I
you.
tried and I didn't laugh, so I didn't watch anymore.
There's a few shows I like to watch, like Ned's Burgers.
Oh, Bob's Burgers.
Bob's
Burgers.
Bob's Burgers is good.
I've heard that's
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that I enjoy. There's a few I like.
I was reminded of, the guy who does Bob's voice? I forget his name.
Yes.
Have you seen the album that he made?
No.
Fuck, you've got to watch this. Just watch the video about the album. He paid a bunch of really, really, really good jazz musicians to do an album with him, but he can't play piano. So it's like these fucking really good musicians playing, and then he's just like mashing keys on the piano. But it's a whole album of that. And then in the interviews, he's like,
Just
"Yeah,
for
I don't-"
comedy.
He's like, yeah, I don't play piano, but I just really wanted to make an album. And it's and there's this album. It's like the video is very funny. I don't understand why there is an album though. Like it's just a gag.
Yeah, but you don't
It's
need
so
to do
interesting that he did that. Like,
committed to the entire. Well, you hired him for a day. You might as well just
I guess
do it.
sincerely wanted to make an album. Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
no,
you
he's gotta-
must have, as part of the joke, but also really just wanted to make an album
Yeah,
because you
but it's
did.
extra funny because he's the voice of Bob. So whenever he talks, I kind of, when you hear someone's voice and it's a funny character that you're
Yeah.
familiar
Yeah.
with, that makes
Oh,
it makes
yeah.
it funnier. Yeah.
Well, he's
Any
also
New
the
Zealanders
voice.
are funny to
He
me
does the
now.
voice of Archer as
Sure.
well.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
That's so funny because he also did the voice to. Did you ever watch Frisky Dingo? Frisky Dingo was
No.
very
I've
good.
heard of that. I don't know.
Very
why.
good. But it was also just a very handsome dude. And the funny thing is, like, the dude just doesn't look anything like the characters he plays in real life.
Yeah.
And maybe he looks like Bob's Burgers. I haven't seen that.
No, he doesn't.
No. But he's just got that voice, and he doesn't change
I
his
love that
voice
guy.
for each of the characters. It's just that's his voice.
Because I think he's in a couple of episodes of 30 Rock, or he's like, he crops up on things too, and you start going, where do I know this guy? And then you're like, oh, it's fucking, yeah.
The album is called "Well, I Should Have," and then the subtitle is "Learned How to Play Piano." And it is an experimental jazz album. It's not a comedy album. He literally just was like, "I'm gonna make an album,"
That's incredible.
and when you see the video, it is literally just him mashing the piano. He has no fucking idea what he's doing. It's very funny.
Is he getting weird looks from the other people?
I think they know what
They know it's just
Yeah, it's just yeah.
we'll do what we do, and he'll be there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do what we do, and you'll be there if you're a patron. And that's the after party.
How do they become a patron?
You go to patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm, or just go to the Multiple Nerdgasm site and follow
Click
the
the
links.
links.
Sign up. 5 buckaroos, as we say in Australia.
That's for the after party. You can join for free if you want to just follow along. And for
Yeah,
$1 a month, you can support us and you get the show early.
And $100, you get something special from me.
No,
You're not going to find that on the Patreon because neither Dan or I endorse that.
No.
You can
And until
contact
Luke
if you
starts
want that.
actually managing the Patreon himself.
Yeah, that's not going to be an official Patreon tier.
The second one, someone pays $100, you let me know. I'll work it out with them directly.
All right. Listeners, if that interests you, get in touch.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll see you in the after party.
Yes.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.